In the next few lessons, we're going to be focusing on the different areas of your inbox. The conversation list on the left, the conversation space in the middle, and the conversation details tab on the right. In this lesson though, we're going to focus on the conversation list. The conversation list can tell you a lot about your conversations. One of the things you'll notice is that each item in the list gives a short preview of the last message sent. In addition to this preview, the list uses different icons to give you more context at a glance. Let's run through them. So the first one on the list is a normal conversation. An arrow to the left tells us it's been replied to. You can tell the second one in the list is a ticket due to this icon and the ticket name. The third one then is slightly different. It's a conversation with a ticket linked to it. Sometimes then you'll see a red dot. This counts down how long the customer is overdue a response according to their SLA, or service level agreement. Before this turns red, you'll see it as a countdown timer. A star then means the conversation has been marked by priority by one of your teammates or automatically with conversation rules set up by your admin. We'll cover these in more detail later. One last thing you might see in this list is the familiar face of one of your teammates. If you see an avatar pop up on a conversation, it means that they're also looking at it. This can be really useful when you're collaborating, as it prevents people from accidentally working on the same conversation at the same time. Now let's focus on how you can manage this list. At the top, you'll see that you can filter the list for different types of conversations. Any ongoing conversations will be found here. Any conversations that have come to an end can be found here, while any conversations that you've temporarily snoozed can be found here. You can further sort all these conversations and tickets then too, with options to sort them by newest, oldest, and which ones have been waiting the longest. While if your company uses service level agreements or SLAs to maintain good response times, you can use this option to sort according to these targets. And the final option sorts conversations that have been marked as priority to the top. These filters and sorting options make it easier for you to manage your conversation list. Another feature that helps you to manage this list is the ability to select multiple conversations at once. Let's take a look at an example. Here you can see 3 conversations that have been replied to. And I can tell from the preview that my standard follow-up was the last message sent. The events in the conversation thread here also tell me that they were snoozed a week ago and have just been reopened. So it's safe to assume that these are no longer active conversations and I can close them out. However, instead of writing a separate response for each of these conversations, I'm going to use bulk actions to do them all at once. To do this, I select the relevant conversations and then hit Edit. Using this menu, I can write them a follow-up message and then add an action to close them, before hitting Update to apply the message and action to all 3 conversations at once. Using bulk actions is a great way to save time and manage conversations at scale in the inbox. One last thing to call out here then is table layout. Table layout takes the conversation space and the conversation details bar and minimizes them into one tab. This gives more space to the conversation list and allows you to see more conversations at once. You can toggle table layout on by using the keyboard shortcut L or by clicking here. So in this layout, you can switch between the conversation thread and the conversation details tab here, while these columns can be customized and rearranged to show exactly what you need. This layout works particularly well if you're experiencing a high volume of conversations that are quite similar, like a bunch of tickets that are all about an outage or some similar issue. It's also easier to select more conversations at once in this layout too. After you select one, you can use this button to select the first 30 conversations. And if you scroll down to load more, you can select another 30 and so on. And if you need to deselect these, you can just hit this button again. The conversation list is packed with features to help you manage your inbox. If you need a refresh on any of them, feel free to pop back and review this lesson again.